Shalom. Call all y'all by Shem Shah. Shalom to the elect. Now, I don't know if any of you people that watch these videos familiar with this film or this series, so to speak. It's supposed to be coming out. But they ain't really been promoting it like that. You already know why, because Esau control the media and shit like that. And they don't really want to put these type of films out, but they always push and promote them throwing us into captivity. Hey, but I'm sure you on there being to the scriptures. What's one of the first scriptures that come to your mind? Those who lead in captivity shall go into captivity. Those who kill with the sword must be killed with the sword. There's the patience and the faith of the saints. Now I'm gonna play a little clip of it. Hopefully they don't strike my channel, man, from the copyright stuff or whatever. Let me see. Make sure I ain't got no little stuff on the outside of it. And you got people in the comments. Let me read some of the comments first. It said, what's the purpose of, it's an Edomite. It said, what's the purpose of this? This just seems an extremely poor taste. And then you got somebody else that says, boy, that looks horrible. But see, that's Esau though for you. You think Esau want to see their ass going to captivity? They always talking about you reap what you sow and karma and all that shit. Let me see. You got some more comments down here too. What else it say? Read this last little comment, say I get it, and I'll probably watch it. But this would just upset some people on both sides and may cause additional tension, and that's what the Most High want to cause anyway. Because the Most High is all about tension. You don't want everything to be all easy. It says only about 2% of viewers will see the other side, but people that already have hate in their hearts may just find more reason to hate when they see this. But the Most High hate. Let me get that. See, people don't know the characteristics of the Most High because they've been stuck in this little doctrine in these churches and all this other little nonsense that they've been taught, and they can't get their head out of the sand. So they always go around, oh, God is love. They just think he's just one emotion when he the one that created emotions. And it's a balance to everything. You got the right side and left side. You got stuff that you love and stuff that you hate. And you think the Most High don't hate stuff. He love righteousness, but he hated wickedness. You know? Let me see. The book of Romans chapter 9 verse 13. The reason why he loves Jacob, our people, because we're supposed to be the righteous seed. Esau was the wicked seed, and that's just what it is. It's in the book of Romans chapter 9 verse 13. It says, as it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. And I'm gonna read on some more. I don't want to just stop right there because some people will be simple about, what about the next sentence? Verse 14 it says, what shall we say then? Is there unrighteousness with Yahweh? Yahweh forbid. Because you can't say, oh, no, that ain't my God. My God don't hate. No, the Most High, he loves and he hates. He created all things. He created the emotions that you have, he have on a level that we can't even comprehend. Now, verse 15 it says, for he said to Moses, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy, and I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion. So he can want to choose who you gonna have mercy on. He don't want to choose who gonna get jacked up. Read on some more. Now I'm just starting right. I'm gonna go to the book of Malachi and back this up real quick. Hold on. Then I'll let that video play. Cause our people right now, they're into condition, and a lot of our people doubt the Most High. You hear people talking about, oh, Sky Daddy ain't coming back, and we gotta save our own selves. Don't depend on that book. The white man wrote that book and all this other stuff. And that's because they lost faith. No. In the book of Malachi, chapter 1, I'm going to read the start of verse 2. It says, I have loved you, said the Lord Yahweh. Yeah, you say, wherein has thou loved us? Because our people get shot down in the streets, police doing stuff to them. Getting lynched still, getting put at the bottom of the economy, so to speak. So our people question that, well, why, if the Lord loves us, why he do this to us? Why he put us in these conditions? And I'm going to get that in the book of Deuteronomy in a minute once I finish reading this. Exactly why he did what he did, and why he did what he did, and why it's about to reverse. And Esau finna go through what we went through on a higher level. Now it says, was not Esau Jacob's brother? Said the Lord Yahweh, yet I have loved Jacob, and I hated Esau, and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. That's why Esau be going in everybody else's country, because they actual main dwelling place where they dwelt at before they went everywhere else. It's a wasteland. Now, read on some more. But yeah, I ain't even gonna read on no more than that. I'm gonna go ahead and pull this up, and then I'll go on to the book of Deuteronomy.
Hey, how's it going? Why don't you step out?
Take that shit off your head, monkey!
Sure that black monkey would fuck you are!
Fucking Mother Earth, make sure I get my nut. And if she bleeds gold, they should crown me King Tut. Nat King Cole, King Solomon, these nuts. Patricia fucking oil, you get rich when I bust. Fucking Mother Earth, I'm starting to get dizzy. I made that bitch squirt and created the Mississippi River, my nigga took a...
What you looking at, Cracker?
What's your name, Cracker? Michael. What you want, man?
And that's what Esau did to us, man. He stripped our heritage from us. Let me go into that real quick. He did the exact same shit. All this stuff is in the scriptures, man. If a person can't get this, the Most High completely behind your ass. They don't want you to see this because it's clear as day. It's written in the scriptures. They held a crafty council that took our heritage away from us. So that's why people go, you ask average people, you walk around, you be like, hey man, what's your nationality, man? Oh, I'm African American. And the person that say that, they don't even know the meaning of the word African or American. Because if they did, they wouldn't call themselves that. Or they'd say I'm black. It's clear as day. We not black, we brown, we different shades of brown. Then, he has people where we originated from. They be like, oh, we originated in Africa. Not realizing that our people fled persecution from these Edomites and went westward and went into the west coast of Africa to settle there because we could blend in and hide out because we looked similar to those people. And simultaneously before that, when you read the book of Ezra, second Ezra, the other tribes went around the Horn southward of Africa, which the land wasn't called Africa then, it was called Ham and Cush. They went around the horn of that land and went westward and came into what you would know as America. Now, read the book of Psalms, chapter 83, verse 3. It says, I'm going to start at verse 2. You know what? I say verse 2. I'm going to start at verse 1. Now, this is something people should have in mind when they be thinking about the Most High, not praying for this place, hoping that it bounce back and all this shit. Verse 1 it says, keep not thou silence, O Yahweh, hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Yahweh. Because we want the Most High to move, take these devils out of power, return us to the royal state we're supposed to be in. You know? And yeah, certain men on the side, they be a little bit more well off than others, have different substance or whatever. But if you're in the right spirit, man, if you really be into these scriptures and meditating on this stuff, thinking about our history, how royal we was, how glorious we was, how the men were warriors and protected their people and rode for the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Man, you want these devils out of fucking power if you're in the right mind frame. Verse 2 it says, for lo, thine enemies make a tumult. It says, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hated ones. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. So that's why when they put us in the boats and all that stuff, it's calling us Negroes and different little bywords and proverbs. Then when we got over here, they call us niggas. Like how you said, this a little film right here, this little trailer, calling us a monkey, boy, all this different stuff. Then they start calling us colored, black. All them names that ain't got nothing to do with Israel. Oh, Yasha Allah, if you want to say that in the Arba. Um, then they came up with the African American shit. Now you have all these other different names. Hey, Esau, these fucking devils, they gonna get a high level of payback for what they did, man. They ain't escape. Now, I'm gonna read on small. It says, in verse 5, for they are consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against the tabernacles of Edom and the Ishmaelites, because you have all these different nations, which I brought this out numerous times, but they keep coming back out. The Ishmaelites, Moab, the Hagarenes, the Baal, Ammon, Amalek, which Amalek is who is in that land over there right now. Those are not the real Yehudis. Those are Italian Yehudis. They're not no real Jews. And it said, I'm reading some more, said the Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre. Assur also joined with them. They are hoping the children of Lot, Salah. Do unto them as unto the Midianites, as unto Sisera, as unto Jabin, at the brook of Kison, which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. And that's what's going to happen to these Edomites, man. And then they're going to be working and doing all type of other stuff, too. They ain't going to just get jacked up to the point they can't do nothing. Because the kingdom got to get built up. And we ain't building it. They ain't building their own society. The society was built of my ancestors' blood, sweat and tears, and anguish, and all that stuff. And it's crazy because people forgot that shit. History class, they teach you about all that stuff. People get a little comfortable and forget about all that shit. And be ready to get reparations to be equal with these damn devils. Niggas bugged out, man. But hey, it's okay, because you know what the Most High gonna do? He gonna put a spirit on these Edomites to remind you niggas exactly who they really are. Now, let me see if I read some more. I ain't gonna go into. Let me let this play a little bit more.
Where I come from, this isn't the way it's supposed to be.
Hey, you are, Cracker.
Welcome back. Big go.
We'll get some more scripture. And you other Akim man to see this. I'm sure y'all gonna be bringing out videos on this, because there's a ton of scriptures you can go into. I want to go into the book of Deuteronomy and talk about the curses. Let's see where I'm gonna start at. Book of Deuteronomy chapter 28. But yeah, I'm gonna read on down. Now, people ask why we in these conditions and why we have to go through this stuff. Open the book of Deuteronomy, and it's right in there. Verse 1, it says, and it shall come to pass that thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of Yahweh thy power, to observe and do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy power will set thee on high above all nations of the earth. And that's why even now in these times, because Yahweh Shah was sent back, because people have a problem with reverencing Yahweh Shah and then Yahweh. But he was sent back so he can be like our mediator, our middleman, so to speak, because we can't keep all the commandments, not in Babylon. There's certain stuff and different laws that we did, they'll lock us the fuck up. So we have to practice the commandments to the best of our ability. That's why he is the mediator. But anyway, practicing keeping those commandments, the Most High, he'll look out for you. He'll make sure you're straight. You got food, got raiment, got places dwell at. Make sure you're healthy. He'll make your enemies be at peace with you. Like the scripture say in the book of Proverbs, when a man's ways please the Lord, he make up even his enemies be at peace with him. He'll have these heathens eating out the palm of your hand. As long as you putting him first, he'll put you first. And that's what the scripture is saying right now. It says, in verse 2, it says, and all these blessings shall come on thee and overtake thee. And it be, man, hey, just like today, somebody just randomly did something for me. I ain't gonna say exactly what it is, but somebody just randomly did something for me today. And I was just thinking about, man, you know, I know the Most High be seeing exactly the stuff that I be doing that other people don't see me do. He see it though. And that's what matters. Now it says, and all these blessings shall come on thee and overtake thee, and thou shalt hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy power. Blessed shalt thou be in the city, and blessed shalt thou be in the field. Blessed shall be the fruit of thy body, and the fruit of thy ground, the fruit of thy cattle, the increase of thy kind, and the flocks of thy sheep. Blessed shall be thy basket and thy store. Blessed shalt thou be when thou comest in, blessed shalt thou be when thou goest out. And our people, but you tell them this, they'll be like, well, I don't know about all that. I think that book was written. It was doctored. It was altered by somebody else. So some of the bullshit people like to say. But it's clear as day, man. If you apply this stuff to your life, the Most High here to take care of you, man. And make sure you're good. Now, I'm worried on some more. It says, in verse 7, Yahweh shall cause thy enemies that rise up against thee to be smitten before thy face. It shall come out against thee one way and flee before thee 7 ways. And that's what happened, man. I've been a witness of that. You make sure you practice keeping these commandments. Whoever come against you, man, the Most High jack their ass up. And you ain't even got to do nothing. And if you do something to them, the spirit of you ain't so heavy, they'll wish they wouldn't even mess with you. And it's been countless of our ancestors, accounts of them doing different stuff like that. You hear about Samson, or you hear about David, you hear about Elijah, and so on and so on. Verse 8, it says, Yahweh shall command a blessing upon thee in thy storehouses, and in all that thou settest thine hand unto, and he shall bless thee in the land which Yahweh thy power giveth thee. Yahweh shall establish thee a holy people unto himself, which means separate. It says, as he hath sworn unto thee, thou shalt keep the commandments of Yahweh thy power and walk in his ways. And all the people of the earth shall see that thou art called by the name of Yahweh, and they shall be afraid of thee. And that's definitely a factor too, because people will see that you're different. They see that you carry yourself a certain way. They know, like, man, don't mess with him like that, because it's something special about him. Whatever terminology they use, but people will know, man. They'll be able to see. They can see that look on your face. They see that demeanor. Verse 11, it says, and the Lord shall make thee plenteous in goods. Hey, I experienced that by damn self. It said, the fruit of thy body, and the fruit of thy cattle, and the fruit of thy ground, in the land which Yahweh sware unto the fathers to give thee. Yahweh shall open unto thee his good treasure, the heaven to give, the rain into the land, and thy land, in his season, and bless all the work of thy hand. And thou shalt lend unto many nations, and thou shalt not borrow. Hey, that happened to me now. Plenty of people come to me want to borrow or hold something or whatever. And the Most High just set it up to the point where I'll be in a position. I'll be like, look, you don't even owe me nothing. Just get what you need, and don't be playing no fucking games, because I'm going to find out. Well, verse 13, it says, and Yahweh shall make thee the head and not the tail, and thou shalt be above only, and thou shalt not be beneath. And that thou hearken unto the commandments of Yahweh thy power, which I command thee this day to observe and do them, and thou shalt not go aside from any of the words which I command thee to say, to the right hand or to the left, or go after other gods to serve them. And what our people had to do, that's why they get jacked the fuck up now. They want to go serve Buddha, Allah, Shiva, Ishtar, Asherah, Nana, fucking, what's the other damn little deities? They be worshiping Molech, Baal. I'm trying to think of some other little stuff people be into. That Baphomet shit. And people be wondering why we get jacked up. It's right here. In verse 15, it says, but it shall come to pass if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord, our power to observe, to do all his commandments and statutes which I command thee to this day. And all the curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. And that's what you see going on now. It said, curse shall thou be in the city, and curse shall thou be in the field, curse shall thou be by thy basket and thy store. That's why you see a lot of people, they get stores, so-called black-owned businesses. They don't last that long. And if they do, they don't really be owned by the people. They be owned by these damn Edomites. In verse 18, it says, curse shall be the fruit of thy body, and the fruit of thy land, and increase of thy kind, and the flocks of thy sheep. Curse shall thou be when thou comest in, curse shall thou be when thou goest out. A lot of people, they be born into poverty, born into adoption homes and stuff like that. That's a curse, man. You're supposed to be born like that. Verse 20 says, The Lord shall send upon thee curse and vexation and rebuke and all that thou settest thy hand for to do, until thou be destroyed, till thou perish quickly, because of the wickedness of thy doings whereby thou hast forsaken me. And a lot of people, they forsake the Most High. Be like, oh, this just depend on yourself. But they don't consider the Most High. Give you that breath to be able to breathe and maneuver and do what you're supposed to do. Now, verse 21, it says, The Lord shall make thee pestilence cleave unto thee, until he have consumed thee from off the land, whether thou goest to possess it. The Lord shall smite thee with the consumption and with the fever and with the inflammation. That's why a lot of people, they be sick too, because they don't be considering these commandments. They don't think about the dietary laws in the book of Leviticus and stuff like that. It says, and with extreme burning and with the sword and with blasting and with mildew. And that's why you see a lot of these cops blasting out people to fuck away. Because they don't consider me. They don't think about how about Shem. They don't wake up and think about, oh, let me read something out of the book of Proverbs, let me read something out of the book of Corinthians, or the book of Psalms, the book of Daniel, the book of Isaiah, Jeremiah. They don't be thinking about it. They be thinking about doing some wicked ass shit. Read on some more. It says, and they shall pursue thee until thou perish. And thy heaven that is over thy head shall be brass, and the earth that is under thee shall be iron. And the Lord shall make the rain of thy land powder and dust. And literally, hey, these devils, they spray the damn air with chemtrails and shit. It be powder and dust coming out, and that's why you look up sometimes. The sky be red. The sky ain't supposed to be red. It says, from heaven shall it come down upon thee until thou be destroyed. That's why a lot of people get sick, have these different ailments. And then you got Esau blaming it on some COVID and shit. They've been spraying chemtrails for the past fucking 15 years, and now they setting up 5G towers. You do the math. But verse 25, it says, Yahweh shall cause thee to be smitten before thy enemies, which you see on the news all the time. Say, thou shalt go out one way against them, and flee 7 ways before them, and shall be removed into all kingdoms of the earth. And that's why you see how people over in Australia, Russia, Japan, China, Syria, Libya, Egypt, Europe, Spain, Italy, Canada, the U.S., Africa, South America, and so on and so on. Now people have been removed into all the kingdoms of the earth. It says, and thy carcass shall be meat unto all fowls of the air, unto the beasts of the earth, and no man shall fray them away. It says, in verse 27, Yahweh will smite thee with the botch of Egypt, and with the emeralds, and with the scab, and with the itch, whereof thou cannot be healed. Yahweh shall smite thee with madness. A lot of people, they bug the fuck out, man. They've been smitten with madness and blindness, literally and spiritually. It says, an astonishment of heart, and thou shalt grope at noonday, as the blind gropeth in darkness, and thou shalt not prosper in thy ways. And people be wondering, like, oh, why we can't get these type of businesses, or why we can't get this and get that. That's because you ain't trying to keep no commandments. The commandments are not grievous. The scriptures say that, but they're grievous to the wicked, though. It says, and thou shalt be only oppressed and spoiled evermore, no man shall save thee. And it says, and that's another reason why Yahweh shall gonna come back out here, as it says in the scriptures, that he should not come as a man. He should not meet thee as a man, I should say. Because he's gonna come back as an angelic force. He's not coming back as no man like he did over 2,000 years ago. Verse 30, it says, thou shalt betroth a wife, and another man shall lie with her. And that's what happened, man. That's why you hear niggas always rapping about, oh yeah, I fucked this nigga bitch. Oh, I'm gonna go steal your bitch. Man, that's wicked as hell. And the chicks that's cool with that shit, sleeping around their niggas, that's why the Most High be putting you bitches to death. Because y'all be going around laying with all type of niggas and not staying with your man. And then they have an issue with a man having multiple women, which ain't nothing wrong with that. The scriptures clearly coincide and agree with that. As long as you take care of your woman. You can't have one woman and give her 80 and give another one 20. You're supposed to, whatever you give to one, you better make sure you give to the other one. But that's not expedient right now in this society, because most people, they can't even do that shit anyway. And that's why Esau set it up to the point that where men can't really do that and take care of their household. So women, what they do, go to Esau, get Section 8. Sometimes they go fuck Esau to get a job, and you think that's your wife. She fucking a damn GM. That's why the scripture right here said in verse 30, thou shalt betroth a wife, and another man shall lie with her. It said, thou shalt build a house, and thou shalt not dwell therein. Thou shalt plant a vineyard, and thou shalt not gather grapes thereof. Thine ox shall be slain before thine eyes, and thou shalt not eat thereof. Thine ass shall be violently taken away from before thy face. And a lot of these farmers, they losing their cattle and stuff too. A lot of these so-called brothers and stuff, these brown skinned men, they losing their cattle, losing their farms and stuff like that. Because a lot of them down south, I know, I got family members and stuff that farm and do that type of shit. They lose all that stuff to Esau. The Esau take the land and do what he want to do with it. It says, and shall not be restored to thee. Thy sheep shall be given unto thine enemies. Like I just said, Esau come take the land and build a fucking hotel on your shit. It says, and thou shalt have none to rescue them. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given to other people. Just like this, like in this video. We go back. So whoever made this video, made this film, they've been watching these videos and they've been going through these scriptures too. All right, it clearly said, you raped our daughters. Where they get this from? Verse 32 says, thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, and thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long. There should be no might in thy hand. Because you have our people, they want, we got to go take up arms and try to go fight Esau. These devils got fucking radiation guns. You gonna try to go fight them with a gun? And all they got to do is just sit up in the tower and point a microwave gun at your ass and melt your ass. That don't make no sense. That's why you got to turn to Yahweh for that help. And you actually read the stories and hear the different accounts of what he did to our enemies. When we turn to him, no matter what type of power they had, their power couldn't triumph over his power. Verse 33, it says, the fruit of thy land and thy labors shall a nation which thou knowest not eat up. Thou shalt not be only oppressed and crushed away, always, I should say. In verse 34 it says, so that thou shalt be mad for the sight of thine eyes, but thou shalt see. Yahweh shall smite thee in the knees and in the legs with a sore box that cannot be healed. That's why you see a lot of elderly people that can't walk. They got to use canes and shit. When you hear about our ancestors, man, they lived to be hundreds of years old and were still mobile. But this is a curse to be 70 years old and can't fucking bend down and pick up a 40-pound box. That's a curse. You should be able to lift that shit up. Reading on some more, it says, from the sole of thy foot unto the top of thy head, Yahweh shall bring thee and thy king, which thou shalt set over thee, into a nation which neither thou nor thy fathers have known. There shall thou serve other gods, wood and stone. That's what people do. You got Levi doing voodoo and shit. Ephraim and Manasseh, Issachar, all the other different tribes doing Santeria and Brujeria and shit, like worshiping wood and idols and all that. And then they wonder why the Most High sent a Category 5 hurricane through the damn earthquake, shake up the island. Now, verse 37, it says, and thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all nations. That's why they call us niggas. Call them spicks and wetbacks and sand niggas and prairie niggas and all that different shit Esau like to come up with. That's a curse, man. It says, all nations whither Yahweh shall lead thee. Verse 38, let me go back there. Verse 38 says, thou shalt carry much seed out into the field, and shalt gather but little in. And that happened during slavery. Our people was planting them cotton fields. You ever took a trip down south and been through Georgia, Alabama, different areas like that? All that cotton out there. Our people don't own that. They go plant it. They don't own it though. Except for the locusts shall consume it, which that's going on now. All them different crops and all that stuff. You got locusts attacking it and eating it up. Verse 39 says, thou shalt plant vineyards and dress them, but shalt neither drink of the wine nor gather the grapes, for the worms shall eat them. Thou shalt have olive trees throughout all thy coasts, but thou shalt not anoint thyself with oil, for thine olive shall cast its fruit. Thou shalt beget sons and daughters, but thou shalt not enjoy them, for they shall go into captivity. And that's what happens when people have kids and stuff. You gotta go slave for Esau ass. You get that social security number. Now you're just a number. Care what your name is. You're just a number to these devils. In verse 42 it says, all thy trees and fruit of thy land shall the locust consume. The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high. And thou shalt come down very low, and that's why people are in the ghettos and the slums and projects. And you had, like I said, you had some odd people to reach a certain type of level of social status. But hey, just because a few make it, don't mean everybody made it. Verse 44 says, "He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail." And Esau is the head right now, and we the tail. But simultaneously, when you read the book of Genesis and they talk about Esau coming out first, red all over like a hairy garment, and how Jacob came out holding on to his heel, that was all a symbol right there. Because they going to be the head, we the tail, and they going to get pulled out of power. That's why that was written and spoken of like that. Verse 45 would say, "Moreover, all of these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee, till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not to the voice of the Lord thy power, to keep his commandments and statutes which he commanded thee. And they shall come upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever." It says in verse 47, "Because thou servest not the Lord thy power with joyfulness and with gladness of heart." And I know this video a little lengthy, but hey, it's going to be a long one, so get your popcorn. It says, "For the abundance of all things, therefore shalt thou serve thy enemies with the Lord Yahweh, which the Lord Yahweh shall send against thee." And that's what happened, man. We serve these Edomites. You got to go to work for their companies and shit. Got to pay land taxes if you go buy some land, property tax. You get a building or something, a business. You got to pay a business tax. A header for your business and all that stuff. Got to get an LLC. Who you go to go get that? Now it says, "In hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things." You got people now. We got to go file unemployment. Got to go get these stamps. Who you go to? Who you go to for that? And it says, "And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he has destroyed thee." Let me go pull out this image of yoke of iron. Oh, I wasn't even gonna add the rest of the word on there, but it just pulled it up anyway. And you got movies and stuff that pop up with these type of images in them. That yoke of iron, man. And Esau getting a yoke of iron. These Edomites, they getting the yoke of iron on their fucking neck too, and they know it. That's why they want to try to be all nice and be sweet, because they can't across some of these scriptures. Because even though they're the fucking devil, they know how to comprehend quite well. These scholars and stuff like that, they'll read this stuff and sit down and break it down. That's why you have a lot of these CEOs and executives and so-called people that's upper in society. They've been hiding out in bunkers and fleeing because they know what's coming, man. They know exactly what the fuck coming. But they ain't going to escape though. Now, verse 49, it says, "Yahweh shall bring a nation against thee from afar, from the end of the earth, as swift as an eagle." Keep in mind that word eagle, because the U.S. and ancient Rome used that symbol, the eagle. This is a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand. That's why the scriptures was retranslated during the time when King James was ruling over there, so we could be able to read this in these times now. Because just say if it wasn't translated like that, they just kept us docile and not understanding or whatever. But we wouldn't know what this book was talking about. This state language, English. It says, "A nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of the old, nor shew favor of the young." Esau don't care about the old or the young. As you see in these videos they do, they go beat up the old man. They'll shoot the little kid. And we talking about he had a toy gun. We thought it was a real one. Hey, but that's Esau for you. Now verse 51 it says, "And he shall eat the fruit of thy cattle and the fruit of thy land until thou be destroyed, which also shall not leave thee either corn, wine, or oil, or the increase of thy kind, or flocks of thy sheep, until he have destroyed thee. He shall besiege thee in all thy gates until thy high and fenced walls come down, wherein thou trustest throughout all thy land. And he shall besiege thee in all thy gates throughout all thy land, which Yahweh thy power hath given thee. Thou shalt eat the fruit of thine own body and the flesh of thy sons and daughters, which the Lord hath given thee." And that's going to happen in these times that we coming in too. Once that U.S. dollar collapse, they implement the RFID chip. A lot of these truck drivers talking about the cities where the police being defunded at, they ain't delivering no goods and all that stuff. What you think gonna happen, man? A lot of these people gonna get starved out. Like in ancient Jerusalem, they will get starved out. If the Most High ain't dealing with you and making sure you eat, you drink, and got a dwelling place or whatever, people gonna be out here, man. They're gonna be killing, robbing, breaking into people's shit, doing all type of stuff, and it's gonna get so bad, people actually gonna be eating people. Now, verse 54 says, "So that a man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eye shall be evil toward his brother," which you see going on now. That's why you go into a certain neighborhood, niggas be giving you that eye, that look, instead of being more welcoming to you. They looking at you like, man, who this nigga, what the fuck this nigga doing over here? That's that evil eye toward his brother. It says, and toward the wife of his bosom. Some men get married to their woman, and they end up hating her ass. It says, and toward the remnant of his children, which he shall leave. It says, so that he will not give to any of them of the flesh of the children whom he shall eat, because he have nothing left. Him in the siege, and in the straitness wherewith thine enemy shall distress thee in all thy gates. The tender and delicate woman among you, which will not adventure to set the sole of her foot upon the ground, for the delicateness of and tenderness. And you hear about women walk around barefoot and shit like that. Hey man, the women back then was so fine and glorious. And you hear the different stories and stuff like that. They didn't even want to step on the ground. But now, man, you got chicks twerking and popping their pussy on the ground, doing all type of shit like that, man. That's how bugged out and low out people become, man. But don't nobody want to get better, though? I won't say nobody, because the elect want to get better. They want to get the fuck out of here. But the majority of people, they don't want to get better. They don't want to get up out of here. So the Most High gonna make them want to get up out of here. And read on some more. It says, her eyes shall be evil toward her husband of her bosom, and toward her son, and toward her daughter. That's why you have a lot of women that hate their husband, they hate the son, and they be in competition with the daughter. It says, and toward her young one that come up out from between her feet, and toward her children. That's why you hear women out in public talking all reckless to their kids. Oh, shut your goddamn mouth. And hitting them and shit. Hey, that's a curse, man. They supposed to be delicate towards them. And then the kids grow up all bugged out and fucked up because they pops weren't around. Or if he was around, the woman was ruling over the house instead of the father. And she was doing all type of madness to them and putting all type of bugged out doctrines and philosophies in their mind. And then they just grew up all fucked up, and the cycle continued. Now, and read on some more. It says, for she shall eat them for want of all things secretly in the siege and straitness. And a lot of women with these babies and shit, all that proud ass, that shit gonna go out the door. You bitches gonna be putting y'all babies in the oven and shit. That's what it is. That's what's gonna happen. They're gonna be hungry. They ain't gonna be able to go get that fucking Popeyes and that KFC. And I don't know if you know Aki on is watching these videos. Y'all remember them cartoons? And they had a little Tom and Jerry episode, and they be so hungry, motherfucker be walking around looking like a steak. Hey, that's how people gonna be looking at me about it, man. Junk gonna be wild, man. And I says, where with thine enemy shall distress thee in thy gates. And that's what's happening, man. Esau distressing our people. Now they want to go protest because of the distress. It says, verse 58, that thou wilt not observe to do all the words of this law that are written in this book, that thou mayest fear the glorious and fearful name, Yahweh thy power, because you got to fear the name. It says, then the Lord Yahweh will make thy plagues wonderful, and the plagues of thy seed, even great plagues, and of long continuance. And that's why this happened to generation after generation after generation, because our people want to listen. They want to take heed. And then now, you got men now with the spirit on them to break down these scriptures. You go to these churches, they ain't gonna tell you this, man. First of all, they've been paid off to not tell you this. That's why they got the luxurious shit. So they be cool and comfortable with them goodies. But if you're a real man of the Lord, you ain't really comfortable in the society like that. No matter what you do, I don't give a fuck how much. If you get $10 million, right, you ain't gonna be comfortable because you're gonna be worrying about your brother eye being evil towards you, ready to come take your shit. So you ain't gonna be comfortable, man. But these wicked ass pastors and so-called leaders, they be comfortable, man. So they sell out. They don't teach our people what they really supposed to know, and let them know, like, look, man, correct your ways. We ain't perfect, but it don't hurt to try. And if you try, once I see that, and He rewards you. But if you don't try, like the scriptures say, even great plagues and of long continuance, and sore sicknesses, and of long continuance. Moreover, he will bring upon thee all the diseases of Egypt, which thou was afraid of, and they shall cleave unto thee. Also every sickness and every plague, which is not written in the book of this law, then will Yahweh bring upon thee until thou be destroyed. And that's what's going to happen over here, man. Them same plagues. Oh, they get ready to hit over here. So, hey, you better get yourself together, man. If you want to be on the good side of the Most High, get yourself together. So, when he look down, they get ready to cast that judgment out, and he send them death angels out. They pass right past you. Some of your little friends or your girlfriend or whatever the scenario might be, just playing around, they'll get jacked up because they weren't trying to take heed and they weren't trying to correct themselves. Now, verse 62 says, and ye shall be left few in numbers, whereas ye were as the stars of heaven for multitude, because thou wouldest not obey the voice of the Lord Yahweh. It says, and it shall come to pass as the Lord Yahweh rejoice over you to do you good, because you think the Most High don't want to give us everything, man? We about to inherit the fucking universe. That's what the Most High want to do for us. But niggas don't want the universe. They want to go buy back the block, though. A little simple shit. It says, so the Lord will rejoice over you to destroy you, and to bring you to naught, and you shall be plucked from off the land, whether thou goest to possess it. That's why no matter what type of land you get, some type of way Esau find a way to get your ass off that land. Raise the rent, the taxes, say the building need to be knocked down so they can build a new one, or whatever they try to do, man. Esau got all type of little crafty little ways they like to do stuff. Verse 64 says, and the Lord Yahweh shall scatter thee among all people from one end of the earth unto the other, and there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. Because you have a lot of people, they worship stones and wood and shit. Like, ain't no life in that. Now, of course, certain stuff have elements, a type of elemental property to it. We ain't supposed to worship that shit. But that's what people be doing, though. Verse 65 says, and among these nations shall thou find no ease, neither shall the sole of thy foot have rest. And so many people came up to me today just on some random shit. I'm just like, man, I'm tired. Such. So I'm just listening like that. I just thought about this scripture, right? The book of Deuteronomy. People, they ain't gonna have no rest. It says, but Yahweh shall give thee a trembling heart, and feeling of eyes, and sorrow of mind, and thy life shall hang in doubt before thee. That's why most people be talking about YOLO. They don't know what the hell going on. You only live once. So they just go out and do all type of madness, not realizing once you leave here, you can go up and get your judgment, and you come back down and live out your judgment. So ain't no YOLO shit. Now it says, and thou shalt fear day and night, and shalt have none assurance of thy life. It says, in the morning thou shalt say, will God it will even, and at evening thou shalt say, will God if it were morning. For the fear of thine heart wherewith thou shalt fear, and for the sight of thine eyes which thou shalt see, and then Yahweh shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. And a lot of people get this confused, because if you look at the land of Israel and you look at Egypt, we no need to go over in the ships. But the land it was talking about is over where we at right now. It says, by the way thereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again, and there you shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you. But simultaneously, though, you got the elect waking up, correcting themselves, calling on the Most High, practicing keeping the commandments. So he bringing that judgment on these Edomites, on these heathens, and our people too at the same time. Because the scripture says you should start at his sanctuary first, at the house of Israel first. So that's why you see a lot of people getting gunned down, beat the fuck up, and all type of stuff happening to them in the news. They probably scoffed at the videos, talk shit like, oh, you into that Bible, he. And then most of got an angel marking your ass. And then when something happened to you, then you wondering why. But yeah, let me get the book of Ezekiel. I'm going to go into that too. It's in the book of Ezekiel, chapter 9. Let's see where I want to start at. I'm just read on down. Verse 1, it says, He cried also to my ears with a loud voice, saying, Cause them to have charge over the city to draw near, every man with his destroying weapon in his hand. Behold, 6 men came from the way of the higher gate, which lieth toward the north, and every man a slaughter weapon in his hand. And one man among them was called for linen, with the writer's inkhorn by his side, and they went in and stood beside the brazen altar. It says, Then the glory of Yahweh of Israel was gone up from the cherub, whereupon he was to the threshold of the house, and he called unto the man clothed with linen, which had a writer's inkhorn by his side. And why he had that writer's inkhorn, so he could mark who to get and who not to get. And it says, And Yahweh said unto him, Go throughout the midst of the city, throughout the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sign and cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. Because, hey, a man with some sense, like the scriptures say also, it says, wisdom. It says, a person maketh a wise man mad. So, if you wise and got some sense, and you get depressed, you're going to have a stern look on your face. You ain't always be sitting around laughing and giggling all the fucking time. Now it says, in verse 5, And to the others he said, In my hearing, go ye after him through the city and smite. Let not your eyes spare, neither have you pity. Slay utterly old, young, both maids and little children and women. But come not near any man upon whom is the mark, and begin at my sanctuary. So the Most High, as much as he hate these heathens, hey man, he hate the fact that his own people be doing dumb, stupid shit and don't be considering what they be doing. So what he do? He put the spirit on somebody, or he caused some type of event to happen. People might be in a building, a damn building might catch on fire. Somebody might be in a certain area, a damn hurricane come through and kill a bunch of people. But it might be somebody right in the middle of that hurricane. Don't even doubt it, because the mark was upon them to not taste that death. Somebody might be in a land, it might be raining and flooding and shit, and a damn landslide come sweep away a whole town, and the babies just make it. Hey, that's just how it go down, man. That's how the Most High work. Now it says, Then they began at the ancient men, which were before the house. And ancient men is talking about older men, so there's a lot of older dudes, you can't tell them shit. They be thinking they know something. Like I was speaking to this guy recently, talking about, oh, that Trump and all that, man. Trump don't run shit. The elites, them damn bankers, they run shit. They tell Trump, get on TV and deliver a speech. He gonna get his ass up on TV and deliver a speech. They won't put somebody in office. They gonna put him in office. They gonna put a little controversy on TV and make you think, oh, well, these people, they fighting against them. It's Hillary against Obama, or it's Trump against Hillary, or whatever the scenario may be. It's John Bolton coming out speaking about, hey, all them in cahoots, man. It's all a fucking damn show. But the elites, the ones that's pulling the strings up. Like you have a stage play or something, you got somebody that you don't see flicking all the lights and pulling the strings and writing the script. The people on the stage, they ain't running that shit. Now, let me read this one more time. It says, Then they began at the ancient men, which were before the house, and he said unto them, Defile the house and fill the courts with the slain. Go ye forth. They went forth and slew in the city. So, hey, that's going to happen again, man. This was happening back then. A lot of people, they like to be into them idols and all this other stuff. Most I got their number. He got them marked. People, they be scoffing, talking shit. They mark. They be wondering why they getting a wreck. They get smashed the fuck up. Hey, it's a reason for everything, man. So, the mark that you want that mark of redemption. You don't want that mark to get smoked. If you look up the word smoke, hey, that means kill the judge or whatever. Now, I'm going to go into a few more scriptures. I'm going to end this off. On this movie that they trying to hide, because I typed it in and searched it, you don't really see too much of it on there. When you type in something else about Esau ruling or whatever they do, these damn devils, they got that shit all over.